in the midst of the toss between two teams, Rovers versus Duxers. And let's see who's going to call and who's going to win the toss. So Duxers calls and Rovers will spin the coin. Heads is the call and it's tails. So Rovers have won the toss and they have elected to bat first. So that's the news from the center. Rovers will bat first after winning the toss. The Ducksters versus Rovers. The first ball. And starts off with the dot delivery. Rovers won the toss, elected to bat first. Oh, straight back to bowler. No runs so far on the board. Played on the onside. Surely the runs will come here. First runs on the board for Rovers. This time a dot ball again. End of the over. After 1 over, the score is on 2 for Rovers. Ashwini will continue with the second over. Oh, one more run easily taken. Good running between the wicket. Pawnee is the batter. Pawnee goes for one more run and completes successfully there. 2 runs what she has taken. Excellent running. She's the only one in the middle to get those runs. Oh, Pawnee is doing a great job there in the middle. She's adding runs for Rovers. Given a great start for the team. Oh, more runs added to the tally from Pawnee. Excellent work. No ball, huh? Oh, hammered this time. Misfield. And we'll have to wait and see what the signal comes from the umpire. Is it going to call a boundary or no boundary signal? 2 runs to end the second over. The score is on 10. After 2 overs, 10 runs on the board. 10 runs added by Pawnee. She has done her job to get those runs on the board for her team.
రిటైర్డ్ ఇది కాలు పవని ಅವತ್ತ ಅದೇ ಇವಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಯಾರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಹರೀಶ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಹರೀಶ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಹರೀಶ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಉಮೇಂದ್ ಹೋಗಿ
What is your name? Come, let's have a talk. Come.
go now. You should go now.
Come. Come. Come, let's have a talk.
No, Mike. Please go, Mike. Vikram.
No, okay, no problem.
Vikram.
So, end of 2 overs, the score is on 10 for Rovers.
Karthik.
Yesterday, Rovers versus Duxers played the first match of this tournament, and Rovers put up that big total 140. That is the highest total so far on the board for this tournament, and they are again against each other in the second round of this tournament. And it's going to be interesting to see how Rovers are going to approach this match, as they have 140 on the board in the previous one. Can they beat their own 140 record and get more runs on the board? Full toss and missed out on the timing to create that big shot. Only single to the tally. Harish Ranjan on strike with him. Srinivas Rao. Way down the offside. Extra run. Wide ball.
Your battle, pick yourself.
One more time.
Pick yourself up and dust
6
yourself
more
off and back
runs.
in the saddle. Got time.
Kumar. 2 sixes in 2 deliveries. Can he go for third one? And he goes for the third one.
Getting
3
closer,
in a
this
row.
isn't over.
Oh, played out of the gap. Couple of bounces into the boundary line. 4 runs. Driven straight to fielder at mid-off. No runs on that occasion. What Srinivas needs to do is just take a run, give strike to Harish. Harish is in a great form. Oh, nicely done. He tried to go for that single. Harish refuses on that occasion to go for that quick run. 2 dot balls in a row from PK Amalan. Full toss, hammered this time by Srinivas, but he single. And Harish comes on strike. We are seeing some. Oh, he tried to go for a big one, but this time lack of timing ended up giving a single. If that ball would have struck middle of the bat, would have gone over square leg for 6 for sure. But Harish Kumar this time missing out on timing and ended up getting a single. Driven straight. There is the prediction. Misfield. It's still Harish. Gone for the big one and 4 runs. Otherwise, I would have said that from Mike to the bowling. G. Subramanian. Oh, excellent delivery to start. Great line and length behind that delivery. Srinivas couldn't make room for himself on that occasion. Ended up playing that defensive shot and dot ball in the end. Tried to go for a big swing down the leg side and wide signal by the umpire.
ಸರ್ 4 ಓವರ್ಸ್ ಐತೆ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಪವರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಡನ್.
Oh, nicely driven to the third man region. Fielder behind it. And 4 runs. I must say that great. Oh, nicely placed. 2 square leg this time and easy single. So Srinivas and Harish, a good partnership is building up with between these two. They have added 37 runs in 15 balls so far. And surely Rovers can look for a big score here. Short pitch delivery, Ahmed. 6 runs. Harish continues. Yet another short pitch delivery, this time played straight. He will get single. Harish. He moves on to 34. And Rovers 54 on the board. They have crossed the 50-run mark. Over pitch delivery, the Yorker length delivery. Right into the block hole. Nicely negotiated by the batter and taken a single. End of the over after 5 overs. The score is on 55. Current run rate is 11 runs per over. .55 for no loss. A great first wicket partnership between these two. The 55 runs they have added so far. Oh, nice shot in the air. Fielder getting underneath there and wicket down. This time Srinivas loses his wicket at long on. First wicket down for Rovers.
ಅದು ಹಳೆ ರೂಲ್ ಅದು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಹಳೆ ರೂಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ರೂಲ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರನ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಆ ಕಡೆ ರನ್ಔಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕ್ಟೋಬರಿಂದ ಇದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಾಲ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಬಾಲ್ ವಿಕೆಟಿಂದ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಾಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಆಡಿದ್ರೆ
Excellent delivery to start the continued with that over. New batter Karthik. PK Amalan getting that wicket onto the very first ball of the 6th over. Dot ball. Great start for the over. A wicket and 2 dot balls. What a start for the over from PK Amalan. Short pitch delivery. This time Hamid. Absolutely loose delivery and got the treatment that was needed. One more big shot, but this time couple of bounces to the fielder at Whitey's dip mid wicket. Tried to york the batter, played into gap, 4 runs. The over started off so well with the 3 dot balls, and in last 3 deliveries, the run. Vinod Kumar is the new bowler. Will continue with his second over of his quota and the next over of this game. Oh, nicely driven. The ball just brushing onto that hand. And couple of easy runs for the batter. There was an opportunity for a catch and ball just brushed through the hands of the fielder there. Oh, nice shot in the air. Surely a wicket. Yes. A wicket down the. The new batter Pratik. On the other end, Harish Ranjan batting on 38 in 10 deliveries. And Pratik on strike will be facing his first delivery in this second match of the second round of this NNE Premier League. Oh, tried to go for that glance shot onto that fine leg. Totally missed out on it. Onto the leg side. Wide signal also. So extra run added to the tally and extra ball to be bowled by the bowler. And this time he opens his account with that single. Oh, what a shot! Harish continues to. Oh, this time totally missed time shot, or rather missed just shot there. The ball took the edge. Wanted to play onto the onside ball, went on the offside, but still managed to get that single. The score has moved to 77. Last ball remaining from the 7th over. And Pratik on strike. Driven straight to field at covers. Single to end the over, and the score is on 78 for 2 after 7 overs completed. After that short break, we are back. Amalan will continue with the next over. Oh, nice shot. Balasubramaniam is the bowler. And starts off with a single. Harish comes on strike. He's batting on 45. Goes for the big one. In the air. Oh, what a great attempt that was. Amazing attempt. 2 runs to Harish Kumar. But that's a great effort. If he would have holded that catch would have become the catch of the tournament for sure. But I must say that that effort is the effort of the tournament. Oh, tried to play on to that fine leg region. Single again to tally. Harish moves on to 48. And clean bowled. Pratik out. Oh, nicely placed. Single to the rally. Harish comes on strike. Last ball remaining from the 8th over. In the air again. This time he's out. He loses his wicket on 48. And new batter, Amir Khan. Amir Khan is the new batter. After Lagan, he directly landed at Samprasiddhi. Dot ball. सर नहीं थैंक यू एक पिया मैं एक पिया वो पानी है dot ball. Excellent start for the over from Munuswamy. And clean bowled. One more wicket down for Rovers. Half of the side for Rovers is back into the pavilion on the score of 83. New batter we have Abhinav Kumar. Amir Khan got out without paying any lagan on that occasion. Clean bowled. Oh, Yorker length delivery this time from Manu Swami. End of the over. After 9 overs, the score is on 84. Only one run came from that over and one wicket. What a successful over for Duckster that was. The score moves on to 85. Oh, ball took the edge and wicket. Big thick edge on that occasion. Waiting for the signal from the umpire. The batsman was lately he realized that he's given out and he's walking back. 6th wicket down for Rovers. And wicketkeeper doing no mistake there behind the stumps. In the middle, the man who cheers every team in this tournament. We have seen him dancing into each and every song that was played. Jainul is the new batter. Oh, nicely placed. Jainul, I have given him a name, Universal Cheer Boy, as he cheers each and every team playing around in this Samprasiddhi ground for NNE Premier League. He is not keeping himself behind, not just cheering his team but others as well. This time a dot ball. That's a great spirit is shown by Jainul. Played on to the onside and runs for Rovers. And this time a dot ball. So end of the over, 10 overs completed. The score is on 87, 12 balls remaining. In the first round, the Rovers got 140 on the board against Ducksters. But this time, Duxers have done a great comeback in this second round match. They have restricted Rovers for 87 so far. And I think in next remaining 12 balls, they can add about another 15 or 20 odd runs. That will get them to about 100. Inside edge, easy single. Tried to go for a switch hit this time. Jainul missed out on the timing. Not an easy shot to play. And that's some fun in the middle on the pitch. The bowler trying to imitate the batter. And this time Jainul is out. Caught behind. Oh, ball took the edge, but just falling in front of the wicketkeeper there. Didn't carry it fully to the keeper. White signal. Oh, nice shot. Couple of bounce to the fielder. Single in the end. The score has moved to 90. Last ball remaining from the 11th over. No ball. And a single. So 2 runs will get added and the free hit will be offered by the umpire. 92 on the board and a free hit. So end of the over. After 11 overs, the score is on 93. Last 6 balls of the first inning. And dot ball on that occasion. Last over. Last 5 balls remaining. Score is on 94. Driven straight. An easy single. Straight back to bowler. Dot ball again. 3 balls remaining now. Yet another dot ball. So turning out to be a very good over for Ducksters. Last 2 balls remaining. Can Rovers get to 100? 95 is what they are on. Yet another dot ball. So last ball remaining now. And clean bowled. Wicket out of the last ball. 8th wicket down on the 12th over. The score remains on
First delivery of the chase and a good one to begin with. In fact, looked like it was going right under the nose. We were given wide by the umpire. This one's a much better one. First delivery is a dot one. Chasing a target of 96 is. Rovers chasing a target of 96 in 12 overs. Couple of dots. Is up in the air, should be caught. Yes, it is. There's no run again. 3 in a row, hat trick of dots. Pressure building. Is it? Pavani with the ball, doing a good job. Not allowing any runs to get through. Up in the air, should only be a single. That's the first runs on the board. And that was about to be a wide. Fell on the legs. It's a dot delivery. Struck away towards mid wicket for again a single. Doing a good job. That should be the end of the over. End of the first over there. After the first one, it is 2 for no loss. We will continue with Pavani. Well, the first 2 overs cost them 10 runs with the bat. And they've been doing a good job thus far with the ball here. That's a good shot. Will only be a single. Rovers set a target of 96 for Ducksters to chase. Well, they sped away like Land Rovers in the first match. Scored about 130 yards. The second one too, they were getting at a similar score, but regular intervals, they've got some wickets. And that held the brakes. Oh, that's a good shot towards covers. Some really good shades of batting here from these two women. They're able to get the bat on ball quite easily. Well tried, well tried. Good bowling as well from Pavani. Well, she was too good with the bat. Definitely doing a good job with the ball, but will the batsman, or the batswoman rather, get a boundary to end this? 2 more to go. Swing and a miss. Looks like she was turning away in slow motion. A little faster movement. And that's what we need. Gets an edge to get off strike. And nevertheless, a good end to the second over as well. After the end of 2, scorecard reads 5 for no loss. And that's the end of the women fours in the middle. Well, that would not stop with that though. The women doing a good job. Getting 5 runs.
ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಸಂತೋಷ್ ಹರೀಶ್ 48.
The first innings, Harish has scored about 48 runs single-handedly. Scored half the runs that the team had scored. And that is the defining innings that got them through. Similarly, we need one man at least from Ducksters to do that job. And they'll be banking on their openers to do that. First delivery. And a good delivery to start off by the bowler. Rahul starts off with a good delivery. Rajesh on strike. Oh, that takes an edge. It should only be a single. Lucky enough for the bowler. Doesn't run down to the fence. And a good stop from Pavni. That looks like a really good player for them. Pavni, a great addition in the team. She's able to field well, bowled well. And she's also batted well too. Definitely a player to look forward for them from the women's section. But on the other hand, Rahul will try to continue his good form with the ball. Be coming around the wicket. Rajesh on strike, gets away for a single. No. Called by the non-striker. Santosh denies that. There was definitely a single for that taking, and this is what we're talking about. You need to be on your toes pretty quick, at least in the first few overs. Keep the scoreboard ticking. This time around, it's almost a wicket. It wasn't quick off the blocks, the non-striker. And that's so important, especially when the bowler is running from his mark. Always stay on your toes to get off strike. You can't afford to stay there. The first few overs are very, very important in a chase. You set the tone for the next few overs to come. But unless the bowler has bowled a brilliant over, there's no chances for the batsman to stay calm. They will have to take their shots. They will have to call some shots that are not favorable as well certain times. Especially when you're chasing a tall target. Not really easy. But Rahul's doing a great job for Rovers thus far. It's just given away 2 runs in a power play over. Add to that another extra. It'll be 3 runs and a beautiful return from the deep. A power play over, just yielding 3 runs for Rovers, and that's how brilliant he's been, Rahul. But on the other hand, Ducksters not taking their opportunities. Well, not trying to go big, not trying to force things. They're just playing on the merit of the delivery. And most often than not, that's not going to work out, especially in a power play over. Take your chances, get a few shots, even if it's streaky, it's good enough. As long as you're getting some good runs under your belt. If you can cut that dot to about 10-15 runs every single over in the power play overs, you're well on your way to victory. And that's the difference between good sides versus average sides. Oh, that's a good delivery, says the umpire. And the batsman bamboozled by that. He's expecting that to be called wide. And it's well within line, says the umpire. This is down the leg side, and again an opportunity, put it away. Santosh struggling a bit in the middle, not being able to get that timing that he wanted. The anticipation good, but the execution not at its best yet. It's even a wide this time around, so he needs to re-bowl that, plus another run added to the board. Well, just dealing with singles and doubles thus far. Not even a double yet from Ducksters. Very, very quiet overs, turning out to be a good delivery this and running away. That is the first boundary. And will that be the first of many? It's coming around the wicket. Takes an outside edge. And a good stop. That's fancy footwork from Pavni. Well, I thought she only played cricket. Looks like she does enjoy some football too. Well, that's good fielding. That is heart, mind and soul. With the body doing its work. Slower one. Down the ground for a single. Well, power play overs not yielding. The batsman. Well, a couple of times he's erred in line. Lucky enough for the bowler that he's not been punished. But otherwise, just what we were talking about. Down the leg side, an extra. Not really easy to bowl from around the wicket when a right-hand batsman is bowling, and especially when you're a right armer too. Unless, like I said, you're going across. If the opportunity to score big runs, especially down the leg side. This was a much better delivery going across, but still had the opportunity to put it away over covers. It was full enough to get under the ball, to be honest. But the batsmen not trying to force things at all. They're happy to get those singles and doubles at this point. Looks like they're holding it out to the end. After the end of the over, scorecard reads 16 for no loss. Treading at about 4 runs per over. They need another 10 runs per over. The run rate going up. Started off with 9 runs when we began the first or the second over. But after that, it's climbed up to 10. And these singles and doubles only will not work out for Ducksters. They need to get out of the shell and go for those big ones. Not to worry about the wickets. It's more about getting the starts when you're an opener, especially when you're chasing those tall targets. You can't afford to stay in that shell for long. And when will they break the shackles is the biggest question. Will they do that? And if they do so, will Rahul hold them back? Coming back for a second over. That's one up in the air. Full toss and a team effort. Very tame effort to put it away. That should have been bludgeoned. But he chooses to just stab it away for a single. Again, not power. Just dealing with timing and not doing a great deal of effort. With efforts come results. And that's what they need to bring out. Probably he wasn't expecting that full toss to come through his way. Was surprised by it. Well, that's much better. That's some intent from Santosh. Good work by Rahul though. Good fielding of his own bowling. 17 on the cards. Coming halfway through to the 4th. Oh, that's a much better shot. But he's holed out. He has holed out in the deep. That was really good vision. But Ducksters lose their first wicket in the form of Santosh. He was trying to force things, and that's the need of the hour. He has to get those big hits away from his bat. Now it's the onus on Rajesh and Munaswamy, who's joined him in the middle. He needs to get those big hits. These singles and doubles will not cut it for them. Another couple of overs, if they don't get those boundaries across, the run rate will creep up to about 12 or 13 runs per over. From there on, it could become really difficult. It's turned out to be quite an over this for Rahul. He's kept them under the sheets. Hasn't given the batsman any chance to go big. Shot one and missed away the very first delivery. This was faster. Looks like he had a ploy against these two batsmen. He was not going for pace at all. He was just trying to bowl those stock deliveries which were just keeping away from the batsman, the third or the fourth stump line, most of them than not. And he's got those results. This too. The fourth stump line. Fuller one. It should only be a single. Good end to the over that, in fact. After the end of the over, scorecard reads 22 for 1. After 5, there are 22 for 1. They're scoring at about 4.5. That's not going to help it. It's creeped up to 10.5 now. They need those big hits. On the other hand, Rovers will be a happy team. They'll take it any day if the opposition is scoring about 4 or 5 runs per over when they're chasing a target that needs 10 runs per over. They set a target of 96 on the board, and that needed to be chased down in 12. The first 2 overs cost them 5. And after that, it has been very quiet. Amir, the new bowler, and he's to bowl to Munaswamy over the wicket. We've got some objection in the field. The objection is to ensure that the jerseys the jersey worn by one of the players is not in line with the jersey of the others of the team. In fact, the skipper himself violating it. The request from the organizers is to maintain the decorum and stay consistent. Amir picks up the ball. He's to bowl the sixth over out. And to Munaswamy. Coming over the wicket. Short one to begin with. Down the ground. Should only be a single to get off strike. Well, again, that was a delivery that should have been put away. But nevertheless, Munaswamy is taking his time to judge the bowling. And that's a good thing to start off. Not really when you're settled in the middle. And that's exactly what Rajesh needs to do. He needs to get things moving for their team if they have to get to that huge target. Not an easy thing to chase down 96 in 12 overs, especially when you are at 22 for 5. The required run rate is closing in on about 11 runs per over. That's a swing, but not great connection on it. Should only fetch a single for them. Well, not getting his timing right in the middle. Looks like he's taking his own sweet time here, Rajesh. Trying to get that timing. Short one and straight to the man himself, the bowler. A good attempt to get it off, but only a single at the end. He's trying to reach out to it. Got a hand to it, but not good enough to pouch it, actually. Rajesh back on strike. Change in field. We've got a mid-wicket moving out. Deep square leg. Deep cover point. And long on, long off. A slow one this. Well bowled. Well bowled by Amir. Eli recognized that he was trying to go too big. Bowls a slow one out. And he catches the batsman off guard. Good bowling. Again, second time round, he's judged the batsman so well. He's read the batsman's mind. The previous one, he bowled out a slow one. This one was a much better delivery because the batsman was shimmying down the ground to get one off his bat. Recognized that and bowled a wideish delivery. Up in the air, takes an outside edge. And only a single. For a moment, Munaswamy hesitated to get off from the non-strikers. And then after the end of the over, scorecard reads 26 for 1. Another fabulous over for them. Just a 4-run over. And not doing any world of good for Ducksters. Well, they've been kept under the sheets. They definitely had some few deliveries that could have been put away to the fence. Well, like a good team always does, good bowlers always keep you under the sheets most of the time by bowling good deliveries. And the one that is not a great delivery still gets away as one because that's how they've bowled throughout the tournament or throughout the over. Makes them seem so much more difficult than they are. Again, swing and a miss. The keeper, the captain, has changed himself from the position of a keeper to a bowler. Karthik bowling out the 7th over. Short one again does not get any connection that he anticipated. Should only be a single. The captain doing a fabulous job. He's keeping it very tight. Not giving away any freebies. And will that change with Munaswamy on strike? Munaswamy favors the leg side. And he's put away a couple of really good shots. Timed it really well. It's just that he hasn't been able to go big on every single delivery that he's faced. But I'm sure that he will be eager to get those big hits out. And on the other hand, a plan being put in place for that. Oh, that's a wide. Wayward delivery. Gets that extra run. Almost halfway through the over. 28 for 1. 6 overs gone. And nothing to speak for themselves, Ducksters here. Nothing really working out in their favor. Well, they can't keep that to the end. They've got some wickets. They need to go for it. 6 more overs to go, including this. And they're languishing at just 30 runs almost. Down the leg side, and that makes it 30 on the scorecard. 66 required in 5.1. More than 12 runs per over, and they didn't want themselves in this situation, Ducksters. Oh, that's well bowled. This was a much better delivery from Karthik. Not able to get bat on ball here, Rajesh. Finding it very difficult. Full toss and he misses away. Lucky enough that it goes to the fence. Well, 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 what a turnaround this has been. That's well bowled. That's another single. The free hit too, not yielding them great results. Chance of a run out. Should be a run out. That is nothing short of a suicide. That was never there. Well, well, he was asking for trouble and he got it. There was never a second with that kind of a return. And Rovers will be celebrating. And to add to that, our DJ will add to that. change in the result with these new batsmen in the middle? Or will Rovers continue to row their way along to victory from here on? Set a target of 96 in 12 overs and doing it very well. Is Rovers. They've not given away too many runs. And they're well on top at this juncture of the game. With Amit coming back to bowl his second over. The first one, he just gave away 4 runs. I'm sure he will be looking forward to do that again. But will the perspective change with these two batsmen in the middle? That's the big question. Still not out of reach for Ducksters, but that's a long way to go. 58 in 5. First delivery. Up in the air. And man under it, and he drops it. He nutmegs himself at the end. Coming back for 2 runs. Excellent running between wickets. And this is exactly what they wanted. The intent to go big. The intent to score more runs. And that was missing for some time in action for Ducksters. They've been sitting ducks for a while. But will this change the fortunes? Midun on strike. Second delivery, and he's cleaned him up. That is a great wicket for Amir. Well, short one. He's trying to swing it away towards mid wicket. Ends up going to the long on fielder for a single. Again, a very, very quiet over. Halfway the way through, he's just given away 3. That's a good shot. Gets off strike and hands it back to Bala. Vinod, the very first delivery that he's faced of the over, tried to sweep it away as quickly as he could. Ended up just dabbling it for a single. Swing and a miss. It's given by the umpire, takes a faint edge. And that's the end of Bala as well. We've got a new batsman, Amalan on strike. 54 required and 25. One more delivery of the over. Driven down the ground, much better, but not good enough. Again, a 5-run over this, just giving away 9 runs of the 2 overs. Vinod has been kept off strike for a while. Well, let's see if he can do some damage. Oh, yes, that's a good shot, but not off the arms. Therefore, it's no runs. Ends up being a dot delivery. Didn't come off the fielder's or the bowler's body for that matter. So, not out, declared by the umpire. The right decision, of course. Good shot. Well bowled by Karthik. It was fast and full, of course. But still had to dig it away from his presence. And Vinod gets off strike. Well, he looks like a man who could do some damage. Does use the long leave as well. He's been trying to go hard. May not have really good connection, but still good enough to get a single. For the toss, Bashers versus Dominators. Well, in the middle, we've got Rovers versus Ducksters. After a small hiatus where the medical attention was required for Amalan, we are back in business. Very, very quiet overs these. Well, they're no hurry to even get to half their scores. They're not worried about their run rate, I believe, but at least they should get some runs off to lessen the run rate. Oh, he walked down the ground to go big for it, and that's the intent that was missing all this while. After the end of the over, scorecard reads 47 for 5. 9 overs gone, 49 required in 3 more overs. It's exactly what they need to get to victory. 49 in 18 at 16 runs per over. And I'm sure it's more or less out of reach for our Ducksters now, unless they decide to get the batsmen using their long levers like Andre Russ. They can't use it like Dre Russ or Rinku Singh. They can't get over the line. Do they boost the firepower? Looks like they have. But are they doing it? They haven't thus far. But will they do it? Amalan on strike. The man picking up the ball. Pratik. Very quiet innings this. Not too many boundaries. We rarely see any delivery being put away for boundaries. All of these good deliveries can still be respected and played on the merit. But you will have to definitely try and innovate when the going gets tough. Up in the air. Good stop. Was spinning away from Pavani. And she nonchalantly picks that up. Well, that movement doesn't matter for her. Should be a wide, an extra, I think these are the only things that are adding to the scoreboard besides those odd singles that come in an over. They kept it at 4 or 5 runs per over while they were chasing a target of 96. A short one up in the air finally, and the man underneath drops it. Amir, the culprit. Finally, they've reached 50. This is much better timing and a good shot. Well, this is what they were looking for all this while. It's too late. Well, a couple of more in this over can turn things around. That should be 4 runs. And yes, it is. Beautiful shot. Bludgeoned it away for 4 runs. Would have got a few more earlier on. Will he continue to do that? Down the leg side, I believe, is it? No. It's given a good ball by the umpire. Well within the guidelines. That's a rare dot delivery with Vinod on strike. This should be wide. Pressure talking after 2 boundaries. He's giving away freebies, and that's exactly what they should have done. Duxers a few shots here and there. The bowlers would have had a nervy innings to deal with. Full toss and put away in style. Two more overs to go, and they need another 30. And that's a great over for Ducksters. The sitting Ducks have started to row themselves to the shore. 66 for 5. Another 30 more required. 30 in 12. 15 runs per over. The previous one was a fabulous over for Ducksters, and they will need 2 more of them. A really expensive over that, the previous one for Rovers. Pratik was taken to the cleaners. Up in the air, miscued by Amalin, and dropped. But a really good trick missed out by Rovers is that had the catch been taken, Vinod would have been off strike. Such an important piece that they're missing. Had the catch been completed, it would have been a new batsman on strike, and it would have taken a couple of more deliveries for the batsman to settle in, by which you could have completed the over and added more pressure. And that's where you need to be smart. Just because there was a drop catch, it has allowed Vinod to be back on strike. Such a key moment that. Will this change the fortunes of the game? Because it allows Vinod to get those extra deliveries. Smart move by Amal, and of course that was enabled by a drop catch, but well done at the end. We've got change in field with 11 more deliveries left. Still 30 required. Vinod on strike. Rahul to bowl. Shot one up in the air. Will that be caught? Keeper calls for it and he drops it. A big wicket. And a direct hit could have sealed things. The fielder there was away from the stumps. He should have been more closer. And that's why it's so important for the field to be really on top of their toes. Always stay on top of your game. Do the small things right. Coming back for 2 runs down the leg side. Pressure mounting on Rovers. Well, that pressure mounting due to the reputation of those big hits that this man hit away in the previous over. And he's capable of delivering the goods. But too little, too late. Swing and a miss. Not on the bat, takes the arms. Down the leg side, he should have rather went for a slog sweep towards mid-wicket. Tried to guide it down towards fine leg. He couldn't help it away. Much better choice, a slog sweep. This is the one they were looking for. Another dot delivery. Well done, 2 dot deliveries in a row. Puts pressure back on Vinod. Well bowled, good comeback. After erring in line, he's back to his best, is Rahul. But a contest between a contest here. Good bowler versus a good batsman. Swing and a miss again. Not a great choice of shot. Wasn't short enough to be swiveled away. Could have gone for a slog sweep rather. A slog towards mid-wicket, much favoured. He's trying to swivel that away towards the square leg region. Not short enough. This is full up in the air and taken. That is a big wicket, big fish in the heart. And that's they were looking at Vinod striking it big after the end of the 11 overs. Scorecard reads 69 for 7. And they need another 17, rather 27 to win it. 27 to win this. And the man handed the responsibility to bowler the last over is their strike bowler, Amir, who's picked up 2 wickets. Short one up in the air. For a moment, he was trying to go for that big dive and realized that they needed too many to even get to a dive. Was short and he wanted to go for that big drive. But does not do that, backs away from doing it. Not going to change too many things, so he ensured that his body was still intact and did not have too many injuries. Amir to bowl. It's given a wide by the umpire. Another extra run added. 71 on the cards. Another 25 required. And he's cleaned him up. Shiv Prasad walks back without troubling the scorers. Anu, the new batsman, walking into the middle. Well, coming in at the end, they've lost several wickets. And they need a lot more on the next 4 deliveries. 25 from 4. Well, can it be the case of 4 sixes from here on to get a super over out? It's a case of 4 deliveries, 4 sixes to tie this match. And to do that is Anu in the middle with Amir bowling over the wicket. Up in the air. We'll get 2 runs. Good return. We'll even get a run out. And it was close. A good collection from the bowler. Could have seen the end of Lognath. Well, it's all but over for Ducksters now, unless there is a no ball, a wide, and some runs off that. Well, that's a good shot. Well, they needed more of this quite early in the innings. Not working now with just 2 more deliveries to go. They're at 74 for 8, 22 required. Oh, that's a good shot. Took a double touch, but still 4 runs. Run out, and he finishes with a dot ball, Amir. That is a fabulous end to his over and the innings. With that, Rovers seal their victory against Duxers in a grand fashion.